Today, I'm going to talk to you about PCI DSS and vulnerability management, and specifically so, vulnerability scanning as a part of that process. As per PCI DSS requirement 11.2, you are required to have 4 quarterly internal and external passing scans a year and have them performed maximum 90 days apart. You also need to cover all of your systems in scope for PCI DSS. Now let's unpack that and look at it in more detail. First of all, 4 means 4. And you need 4 quarters of scans. This means that you need to perform at a minimum 4 scans a year, and they need to be spread out in each quarter. Usually the quarters are calendar quarters, but it can also be quarters as defined and documented by you as part of your program. The SEC has also clarified that quarterly means a maximum of 90 days apart. Secure Trust's recommendation is, however, that scans are run at least monthly. Scans also need to be performed if you're performing a significant change in your environment. All in-scope systems need to be scanned. This means that if systems and devices are added, they need to be included in these scans. Else, you risk not having 4 successful passing quarterly scans a year. It should also be noted that if you're going through your first year of compliance validation efforts, you can show process by only having 1 passing scan. Important, this is for first year only. Passing scans. Now what does that mean? Passing is not necessarily the same as clean. A clean scan would be a scan showing no vulnerabilities whatsoever, which is great, but not very common. A passing scan can consist of multiple scans used in conjunction together. First, 1 initial scans, and then 1 or more rescans showing that any initial findings are remediated. Remediation is the patching, configuration, classification, and sometimes for external scans an appeal necessary to resolve the vulnerability identified by the scan. This is a huge topic in itself and will be expanded on in coming videos. There are 2 types of scans, external and internal. How are they different? Well, first of all, we have to look at who can perform the scan. External scans have to be performed by an ASV, approved scanning vendor. Internal scans are to be performed by qualified personnel, which can be internal staff or a third party. Secondly, we have to look at the scan results. External scan results require that a CVSS score of 4 or higher need to be remediated. Internal scan results rely on your vulnerability ranking process and require high or critical risk findings to be resolved in accordance with your vulnerability ranking process.